All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezer Show, weekly rock news outlet here in the Midwest. And yeah, feeling a little better this week. My inner warriors have dissolved the virus threat, and we move on. Yeah, yeah. I knew it. I knew it. You know, Doc. I don't want to get into those shots or whatnot. In the flu shot or the other one, yeah, COVID shot, and I'm just fine, man. We learn to persevere without all that nonsense. And here we go, Rock and Roll Geezer Show. Great show today. Holy cow! Of course, Ozzy can't stay out. Even in the afterlife, Ozzy's in the news. Of course, we're not surprised. And another RIP this week of a real legend. Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit. Got a guy who sort of got injured, had to cancel out on a tour, a few dates anyway. Going to discuss that a little bit. Some new music coming out. A lawsuit has been settled, if you will, and AI. Here we go, man. AI causing trouble already, and a little battle we're going to talk about. Finish things out. So, what's going on over there, over in Aurora Land, Wayne's World there, Doc Box? What's shaking, man?
Yes, sir. Yeah, doing quite well, man. Still reeling from the Bears playoff win the other
Oh,
night there here in Chicagoland,
it
but
was glorious.
oh, that was something, man. But anyway, here we go for another week. So yeah, welcome everybody for another week. All the rock fans, geezerly or otherwise. Yeah, we go over the new rock news and. Not a lot of groundbreaking, earth-shattering news this week, but some fun stories to get into.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, even from the grave, we're still hearing from Ozzy, man.
Ozzy, the legend. Where is he? There he is. Oh, he's got his angel wings
Oh,
on
he's got
now.
his wings, yeah.
Yes, Ozzy. Yeah, this is from the good people. Far out, man. And the headline reads: Ozzy Osbourne is visiting family members in identical dreams, and he's laughing every time. That'd be sort of annoying, but nonetheless, it's Jack. Jack has revealed that Ozzy is visiting his entire family in their dreams. And wow, there you go, man. Passed away last July. Black Sabbath back at the beginning, and Villa Park in Birmingham. A couple of weeks later, passes on, and holy cow, I'm not, I'm not surprised, Doc. As I get older, I don't have a hard time believing that, quite honestly. That he's actually, and it's funny, but he says, Jack says, we all keep having dreams about it. In his dreams, he's laughing, and then he continues, and he's saying, just effing stop effing crying. He's laughing every time. Me and my wife, my daughters, all the same thing. We keep seeing him in our dreams laughing. Uh, I hope they still get a full night's sleep, though, because that'd be sort of maniacal in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
Come
right.
on, come on, Dad.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Ozzy, but try to get some sleep, man. Come on.
Grandpa, come on, I got a game tomorrow. So, but yeah, I'm not surprised at something like that. The Ozmeister, he was just something beyond, really, really.
Yeah, I'm a little more cynical than you, man. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I know. Well, Jack kind of leans towards the supernatural kind of thing. He's done him and Ozzy had a couple shows like that, and
Oh, right, right.
yeah. So he's kind of that mind anyway. And I don't know. I'm sure it's really comforting. And
There
even
you
in
go.
the story, you look at the comments, and almost all the comments are people relating a similar experience where,
So
yeah, well,
there,
my grandma died. She visited us in her dreams, and I don't know. I think it's more of a comforting kind of thing. But
well, that's a good thing then. So good deal,
yeah,
man. Yeah. Stop being so cynical, dude. Come on, man.
but if he were to come back to him, I'm sure that's what he would say: is quit fucking crying. Because he went out. Who could have gone out better? I mean, quite honestly, I mean, we talked about it. I mean, he couldn't have gone out better. I mean, it's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
how he wanted to. So, yeah, nothing to cry
Unbelievable.
about. Nothing to cry about.
And
So,
of course, an exhibition dedicated to his life and career called Ozzy Osbourne Working Class Hero has been extended in Birmingham for the second time due to overwhelming demand from fans to celebrate the hometown icon. Initially, it was only set to run until September of 2025, but it will now be available to visit in Birmingham until September 27th of 2026.
Yeah, that wasn't hard to see, man. That's
Since opening in June, it's attracted 425,000 visitors. So yeah, Ozzy, that keeps on giving.
yeah. The thing is, with Jack's doing an interview when he reveals this information, the interviewer's named Billy Moore. Excuse me, Billy Morrison. Sounds like
Mm-hmm.
familiar. It's like I should know that name. Billy
Mm-hmm.
Morrison. I don't know. Anyway,
Uh,
and of course he comes back and says, "Yes, I've seen him too. He comes in my dreams too, and everything's gonna be okay, Jack." It's like, come on, man. You know, again, I guess it's all just
Kansas has got a great song in that vein. Kansas does a great song in that vein. Can't think of the name of it right now, but yeah, yeah. Everybody's got their own, their own
way
belief
of
and way of
comforting and
comforting
coping,
and
and
dealing.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
good way to cope. So yeah, good old Ozzy, still making the family, step up and laugh. But yeah, I'd be like, leave me alone, man. I want to get a good night's sleep. I
Right.
do get a good night's sleep. That surprisingly for my elderly age, usually the elderly have a hard time sleeping. No, 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 no. Sleep real well, man, and that's good because, geez, I don't want anybody, waking up in the middle of the night, have some dream, and somebody's laughing at me. Like shit, that sucks. So good for him. Good for Ozzy. Good for the fam.
You
And
think he'd have other things to do in the afterlife? Make a visit once in a while. But man, he's gonna be hanging out with God. Who knows? Who knows? All the dead rock stars up there.
oh man, yeah,
He's
the
got a lot more to do
Ozmeister.
in the afterlife.
Ah, okay, yeah. Well, let's move here. Yeah. Well, here we go. There we go. Where's their logo? Where it is? There it is, right there. The good old Grateful Dead. Hey, Grateful Dead. By golly, you know, wow. Talk about creating a niche. I mean,
Yeah,
the
right.
wow. Yeah, the Grateful Dead. They were amazing. And sadly, Bob Weir has passed away at 78. Co-founder, I should say, Bob Weir.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Had a long battle with cancer and had lung issues. And doggone it, yeah, yeah. That's really too bad. But
Yeah, they say he beat the cancer, but it was underlying lung issues, which seems like that would still be the cancer, but unless it just drained his lungs so much and just weakened them so much. Yeah, I don't know,
yeah,
but
geez.
yeah.
So there's only one surviving member in the Grateful Dead now, and that's Bill Kreutzmann, the only surviving founding
I
member.
was just running through my head. I was trying to think, is he the last one? And I'm thinking,
Now,
Mickey Hart,
Bill
Phil
Kreutzmann,
Lesh.
we had Phil Lesh died in 2024, of course, Jerry.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
And then Ron Pigpen McKernan
Oh,
died in
back in the day, yeah.
73.
Yeah.
And longtime drummer Mickey Hart joined the group in 67. But nonetheless, a founding member, close enough, you know. So, yeah, what a groove. These guys, these cats, jeez. Wow. Really, to have your fans actually follow you around, sell cheese
The
sandwiches and stuff
lifestyle.
just to
Yeah,
just the hippie,
yeah,
carefree. Wow, what a
yeah,
stunning thing.
yeah.
Wow, when you think about it today, it's mind blowing. It's just the total carefree attitude. Peace and love, and give me a cheese sandwich, and
Man, hit
bus
acid.
loads of,
I'm on my
you know,
way.
they'd have the buses, the buses painted up buses following them all around,
Right,
filled up
right,
with deadheads, and the dead would let them record the concerts. They
right,
had
right, right, right,
actually they
right.
had areas set aside in the arenas for the tapers. They call them the tapers because they're going to tape the concerts. And they said, go ahead, share them amongst each. It
Right.
was just the most
Well, it created
unique,
a whole culture. I mean, that's kind of
unique community. Yeah.
and they're probably the only band that could really do that, in that they a completely different set every night. I mean, they never knew what they were going to play when they hit the stage. And
Ah,
yeah, Bob Weir, people associate Jerry Garcia, and obviously he was a very big part too. But Bob Weir, he sang most of the songs.
yeah.
He was so. I always thought
But
that
yeah,
he was kind of the Scottie Pippen, Jerry Garcia's Michael Jordan kind of, But
no,
yeah,
no,
he was great in his own right, and
unreal.
yeah, he had a lot of side projects. I saw him one time. I've mentioned this on the show before. When I was in the Army out in Fort Ord, California,
Oh,
at Monterey, California, the old Monterey Music Hall. And I came
right.
across, and there was the sign. What's the word I'm looking for?
Marquee.
The marquee. Thank you.
Oh, you're
And
welcome.
Bob Weir and the Inflatable Dates. I always thought that
Oh
was pretty
God,
cool. Yeah. And I've looked it up, and I don't see him associated with that band, but I know what I saw, and
I'll be
but
darned. Yeah,
I mean,
you
that was
remember that
40
for
plus
sure.
years ago, but yeah,
Inflatable dates,
I thought that was pretty
outstanding.
cool.
How about that?
He's a longtime vegetarian too. Oh, here's one. Just in looking up, I came across. I thought this was interesting. Grateful Dead, before they were rock, they were called the Grateful Dead. They were
I
or
know
the
what you're gonna
Warlocks.
say.
They were the Warlocks, but even before then, they
Right,
started off
they,
as a jug band.
jug band. How about that? Ain't that something?
Yeah,
Yeah, jug band. Like Emmett
started off as a
Otter,
jug
man.
band. Yeah, right.
Like Emmett Otter, man. I watched that. I watched that this Christmas time. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah.
a jug band. Go figure. Yeah, boy, the drugs
And
must
then
have
what
been
changed them,
great
of
back then.
course? Seeing the Beatles, that changed
The
everything. Oh
Beatles,
yeah, once
sure,
they saw
sure.
the Beatles, they said,
Well, and I heard a decent amount of their first album because one of my sisters had it, and I would sneak it away when she wasn't home. I did that with a lot of my sister's albums. But so yeah, I heard quite a bit of their first album. I thought the album cover was really cool. It's just like, what the hell is this? And yeah, they turned out to be very laid back. I got a friend who's a Facebook friend who was a real big fan of theirs. And so I imagine
right,
he's
right,
he's
right.
he's really sucking, in this day and age because they're all leaving us.
Well,
But
yeah, he kept it going. They had the oh
he-
god, what
they
dead,
call
the
well they call
other
them the
dead,
the
or what? Yeah,
dead.
that
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he had a couple of they had the Dead and then Dead and
Reincarnations. Oh
Friends
yeah,
or
yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
yeah. And John
So
Mayer was touring around with them, and yeah,
and I imagine he'll probably keep at it. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. He toured as the Dead and then later on Dead and Company.
right,
So
right.
yeah, those are his two things. So,
Dead Friends, I think, was in there somewhere. They had different
but what is
incarnations of
stunning,
it, but yeah,
no other band has created a whole culture like
you're
they
right.
did.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
just
yeah.
that's
You're
what
right.
makes them so unique. A whole freaking culture, freaking
Yeah.
hippies, and wow, carefreeness, and oh man, yeah. People today, the kids today, they have no clue. The '60s and '70s were like the bomb, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
sadly, yeah,
days
yeah.
are long gone, man.
Ay, caramba.
I
Mm-mm.
know.
You like my cup here? I got a matching set of six, actually. Uh, Medline. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You get him in the hospital. Yeah. And they're great for screwdrivers and whatnot. Anyway, yeah. So Deadhead, doggone it. There we go. Another one gone. One left. And it is what it is, man. It's that time of the season. Dun dun dun. How's that? How's that? Oh, here we go. Pat Schmear. Schmear. Looks like he hurt himself right there, Doc. Looks like he broke
Yeah,
his
yeah.
his broke his foot right there. Yeah, man, Schmear. That hurt.
Ow!
I mean, yeah. Okay, Variety. I went to Variety for this one. Headline: Foo Fighters guitarist Pat Schmear to miss tour dates due to bizarre gardening accident. That's a quote in the article here. It says, "Never one to miss an opportunity for a Spinal Tap reference. The Foo Fighters have announced that longtime guitarist Pat Schmear, he was with Nirvana too. Actually, he was like the
Yeah.
backing guy with Nirvana, will miss a few dates on the band's current tour due to a broken foot that they say was sustained in a bizarre gardening accident." And they got Beck.
Doesn't that sound like something? That sounds like something when you like, going to the proctologist with a cucumber up your ass or something.
Oh, a
It's a
bizarre gardening as a doc.
bizarre
Yeah.
gardening accident, Doc. You wouldn't believe. With a million to one odds, you wouldn't believe what happened.
Well,
But,
how can you break all your toes, all your bones
I
in your
know
foot
they
in
don't
a
go into
garden?
it, but
So they got this Beck St. Vincent guitarist Jason Faulkner is going to be filling in for like 3 dates, but and of course a reference to the gardening thing is a reference to Spinal Tap, where let me see here. This is Spinal Tap as the fate of the then fictional band's first drummer, Stumpy Joe Peeps. There he is right there. Asked about the fate, the David Satan Hubbins character says he died in a bizarre gardening accident, with guitarist Nigel Tufnell adding, authorities say best leave it unsolved. There he is, Joe Stumpy Pete. He's right there, man. Woo-hoo. Yeah, tall, but tall, blonde, yeah, however they announced him there.
Stumpy, yeah.
So yeah, that's funny though. I really want to know more about the actual
Yeah,
gardening incident
Dave
myself.
Grohl, I don't know, on social media posted, yeah, he smashed the shit out of it, and that was multiple bones, man. So I don't know what he did, but
Boy, garden.
he dropped something on it, perhaps.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
Pat Smear, man. Just a little background on Pat Smear. Yes, you are right. He was the fourth member of Nirvana, and
Hmm.
he started off with the Germs, the L.A. punk band, seminal punk band, the Germs.
Really,
You'll see.
really.
I'll wear my Germs shirt every once in a while. I'm a Germs
Oh,
fan.
oh yeah.
And his singer from the Germs, Darby Crash, committed suicide. And
Ooh,
there's a really good independent movie out called "What We Do Is Secret." I got it on DVD. I can share it with you sometime if you want. But it's on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube and shit too.
really?
But
Oh,
yeah, really cool movie on the Germs. And Pat Smears, obviously a big part of that. And then so once that went under, he was just hanging out, man. He wasn't really doing anything. And Kurt Cobain came across him working in a record store, and was like, "Dude, you're Pat Smear." He's like, and Kurt obviously, he's a fan of the Germs, and
sure.
offered him a job. He was looking for a second guitarist in Nirvana, and offered him the gig. And boy, I'm glad Kurt decided. I'm sure he's glad Kurt decided to pop in that record store on that day
Oh
because
yeah, yeah. Well, you're
yeah.
still a big fan of record stores, are you not?
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
this
go.
guy, you go all the time. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
gosh, wow. Oh yeah, those were glorious days, though. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Record stores, and then those damn CDs came. Because the beauty of records is the big full thing. You can read all usually it had reading material, visual,
Oh, absolutely, man. That's a big part
lyrics,
of it.
the whole
Come
thing.
home, throw it on the turntable, sit there reading the liner notes, and be
Lyrics,
part of the
and
album, man.
whatnot. Yes.
Absorb the album, man. Just
Absorption.
consume the album. Yes,
Absorption.
yes.
Yes. Yeah, good call, man. But yeah, no, not these days. No,
I
it's
always
like
thought that was I don't know what you want to call it, man, but he's in a band, and the Germs, and his singer kills himself, and then he's in another band, Nirvana, and his singer kills
oh,
himself,
jeez.
and
Careful, Dave.
yeah.
Careful, Dave. No, no, that's well, coincidence. So, geniuses are crazy, man.
Uh,
Geniuses are crazy. Some of them are, even when they hit, that's what, depression. Yeah, you could have all the money in the world. It don't mean shit. If you got depression, don't mean shit.
He's kind of one of those guys too. Not to get the whole Pat Smear thing, but he just like pops up in different things once in a while. There's a movie, "Decline of the Western Civilization," and
Okay, yeah.
he's in that in interviews. But he's also part of the Germs. But they're doing interviews of like the kids there and stuff, and he's one of the interviews. And he's also an extra in Prince Raspberry Beret video. He's just one of the
Is he
guys hanging
really?
out there and like in the
Right,
studio or whatever.
is
Yeah,
very
yeah.
beret doing that
So he's
weird
just kind of
jazzy.
he's just one of those guys that just always hanging around and just pops up places. But
Dig him,
one
dig
of those
him.
rock figures, I don't know.
Rock on, man. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of those, so he
What?
shattered the foot,
Who?
and so they brought up the possibility of getting the throne. You remember Dave Grohl had the throne
Oh,
there for a
right.
while,
Yeah.
and they loaned it to another guy who's a bass player, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't work for a guitar player, man.
Ah,
Can't use your pedals, man.
I don't know. You remember Road Warrior, inside of the oil compound, the one that's pumping, right? And they had that one guy sitting down because he must have been paralyzed, and they had people just pushing him around on a lever, keeping him up. Put him on one of them. You can sit down, play, and be, the other, they keep pushing him around the stage. You know, yeah. Also, oh, real quickly, on a totally different note, you know how in a football game when a guy gets hurt in the out on the field, you know, they always rush him over and get him in the blue tent and start shooting him up with shit. You know, I'm thinking just take the blue tent out there, just roll that son of a bitch out into the field, drop it, shoot his ass up, boom, tent
Yeah,
goes
I'm sure they
away.
got all the stuff in the blue tent, though. It's the stuff in the blue tent, man.
Oh, oh, I always like that. You know, now, oh yeah, shut the ends. We don't want to see him shooting his ass up. You know. Oh, but yeah. So there you go. But so bizarre gardening accident. What a shame. What a shame, shame, shame. But shit happens in the garden. Maybe he was rototillering or something. You know, that could be bizarre. And he just got his foot
Oh,
rototilled.
yeah,
Maybe
right.
he was rototilling. I got to wait till the spring myself. But yeah, maybe he was rototilling, doing some heavy duty stuff where a combustion engine was involved. So good luck, Pat. Hang in there.
I don't know. I don't see Pat Smear doing that level of gardening, but you never know.
Maybe that's his thing, to get off the edge of being on tour. Okay,
Yeah.
speaking of being on tour, we saw these cats back in the day, Black Crows. There they are, yeah. Boy, and they put on a great show. That was great. So, they're tolerating each other, Doc. Apparently, they're putting out new music. Yeah. By golly, classic rock says
Yeah, they
that.
seem to be back. They're back in the regular album cycle. They had Happiness Bastards come out in end of 23. I got that on vinyl. That's a pretty
Do
good
you?
album.
Yeah, yeah.
And so now here they got another one. So yeah, they're kind of back in that cycle, man. They seem to be back. Yeah, they're gonna,
Yeah, they've found a good comfort zone, and it's going to be called A Pound of Feathers. And they've already put out a couple of singles called Profane Prophecy and Pharmacy Chronicles. And they're actually out so you can listen to them. I haven't even listened to them yet, Doc. Been busy, busy, busy. I just found this out today. So I'll give them a listen, but I'm sure they kicks ass. You know, Southern rock. They just that Southern twang. Man, oh, wow.
yeah,
What do you think?
I don't think the Black Crows get enough credit, man. A lot of people talk about because they were a year right before the big Nirvana boom and everything, where everybody talked about that. But they were a
Mm-hmm.
big part of kind of saving rock too, man. I mean, they're definitely a certain type of rock. So
Well, brothers Chris and Rich Robinson. Chris says Rich is on fire. He says he's back in action. He says he brought a spontaneity to the record that he can't describe, but it's the best shit he's ever done. So let's hope it's right. 'Cause, boy,
yeah,
was that a good concert.
yeah, he
Gosh.
always struck me as the bitter one. That Rich was always the one that why is Chris getting all the attention or why that kind of thing. But
But what I
yeah,
remember about Rich when we saw him so much is he kept changing to these great guitars, these classic old guitars. I could
right.
see from way when we were where we were. Oh yeah, look at that, ES 335 or whatever he was playing. It was, all night long he was switching to these great guitars, and they were having a gas. So good for them. Jiminy creepers. Hope it's really good stuff. That would be nice. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, the Runaways. The Runaways. I don't believe this, man. Here, where is she? Carrie Chrome. She looks pretty scary there, Doc. What do you think? She's going to be calling for the manager or even more. Wow. I don't know. She's looking pretty sharp. But she was with the Runaways, Carrie Chrome. And,
Well, she wasn't part of the band. She was the lyricist. She wrote the songs for the band. But
okay.
which to
But
me, the Grateful Dead had a guy like that. What the hell was his
Oh,
name?
well, so did the Beach Boys. They had that
Had
jingle
that,
guy.
well, they had that Van Dyke. What the hell is his name? Wow, shit.
No, no, not that guy, but the early guy.
Okay.
Brian found a jingle runner
Yeah.
rider. Asher. Asher was his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
But
with Grateful Dead, he was like part of the band to the point he went into the Hall of Fame with them as part of the band
wow.
as a lyricist. And I kind of get the impression that was the situation here. But
Well, boy, oh boy. I love her name. I love the way she spells her name, Carrie Chrome. Yeah. But she reaches a partial sediment.
what if she's related to Cheetah Chrome? Oh, they
Oh
spelled different.
yeah, remember
No, they
that?
spelled different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The runway is she reached a partial settlement in a sexual assault case against Kim Fowley, and it was Kim Fowley. This guy, he was like some, just a Bengali
That's
kind
fine.
of guy,
Exactly. Yes.
you
Yes.
know. Yeah, and well, where is he? Where is this jerk? I got his picture here somewhere. There's the two people that she sued. He's the
Okay.
creep in the white in their lighter outfit there. What a douchebag creep. They're both.
It looks
Look at
like
this.
Frankenstein on acid or something.
A
And then you
bunch
got
of
Rodney
freaking
on the
creeps.
Rock, who were both, they were big, especially Rodney. He was the DJ. He was a big part of that L.A. punk scene, new wave scene. He had a place, Rodney Bingenheimer's English Disco, and that's kind of like where everybody hung out, and that's where the Runaways all hung out, and that's where they all met and everything. So it was that kind of place. And then Kim Fowley, he'd been in the music business. He'd work with people from, oh hell, he worked with Kiss, worked with
Alice,
Helen Reddy,
Alice,
anywhere from
Alice Cooper too.
Helen Reddy to Kiss and Alice Cooper, man. So
Yeah, yeah.
and he wanted to do like an all girl, put together like an all girl fucking teen group, and that's what he did. And yeah, there was allegations from the get go about sexual abuse and stuff, and not just sexual abuse. I mean, he was like really like talking about like a Svengali kind of character, and just they
Well,
like
it says
he
here.
took over their lives.
Says she filed a lawsuit in May 2023, and the songwriter sued the estate of Fowley and former K Rock DJ Rodney Bingenheimer for sexual assault of a minor. In the suit, she alleges that the two of them each groomed and sexually assaulted her when she was a teenager. And he passed Fowley, the douchebag. He passed away in 2015 at the age of 75. Ugh, gosh. And Bingenheimer is still alive and has denied the allegations. Of
Of
course,
course, yeah.
but now, according to the Rolling Stone, Chrome has reached a partial settlement with Fowley's estate. So I imagine she's probably still going after the other one.
That's I don't get this. All right, so the guy's been dead for 11 years now, and now the case is coming out. I'm always there. I have no doubt it happened. There's absolutely no doubt it happened. But why didn't she bring it out sooner? Why I don't get that, especially when Runaway's bandmate had a case against him back in,
One of the
before he
yeah.
died. So it seemed like then would have been the time to do it then. I don't know, but
Well, and then she says, you can come to a conclusion or think that something isn't right, but if you're speaking on something too soon, a lot of times you'll get nothing but blowback, and you have to wait until the time is right. I never shut up about it, just nobody wanted to hear it. Nobody seemed to care. We're still looking at these characters through a lens of glamorization of that era and that scene instead of looking at them through a lens of doing things that are criminal. So,
Well,
yeah.
I'm sure that was true to a point, but when the bass player Jackie Fuchs brought up the case against him, so it seems like all right, people are listening now. I mean, she's out there; she's actually putting litigation against this guy. So I don't know, man.
Then her attorney says, that his death in 2020, his death did not undo all the trauma he has caused, and added that they were wanting to show that neither time nor old age nor even death will allow rich, powerful men in the music industry to escape the sins of their past. So, and of course, Bingenheimer, who once famously for his role in K Rock, owner of the English disco, continued to deny accusations of wrongdoings raised by Chrome. And yeah, like you say, I have no doubt those crazy freaking times back there, the Studio 54 kind of days where
Right.
anything goes. Idiots. Disco almost ruined everything, Doc. Okay.
Well, the other part of this that kind of confounds me a little bit is it's going to jury trial for the rest of the case. So they reached a
Mm.
partial settlement. Now they're going to jury trial for the rest of the case at March 30th.
Oh boy.
So
Could
obviously
be
we don't know all the details of that, but that sounds a little different.
could be trouble. Could be trouble. Yeah, okay. Well, good luck with all of that good stuff. Remember how many times I told you, we talked about AI all the time. I was gonna screw everything up. Well, here's a good point of view right here. Well, that doesn't help. The picture doesn't help at all. That's Mike Patton. He is he was a singer for Faith No More, and he has become the target of false accusations
And Mr. Bungle. Uh,
generated by artificial intelligence. Fans have discovered that Google AI has incorrectly linked the vocalist to serious criminal allegations, and the issue was first brought to the attention by concerned fans on Reddit. So, holy cow, inappropriate conduct with a minor. The false accusation appears to stem from AI confusion between the Faith No More frontman and another individual with the same name who allegedly faces charges related to inappropriate conduct with a minor. Holy cow. Talk about, boy, I hope Google AI has something that he can sue. Holy cow. Talk about a,
you
wow.
know, this is one of those things where they'll say, "Oh, it's a different Mike Patton. Oh, clear it up easy enough." But it's not cleared up because once it's out there, there's people that will believe that. I mean, look at
Yeah.
all the propaganda, you know, in our government. I mean, people
Oh,
believe
yeah.
there's people that believe any freaking thing, man. And once it's out there, now they're always going to say, "Oh yeah, Mike Patton. Oh yeah, I heard he did this. I heard, you know."
Some people won't know that
You're
it's not
damaged. Your
the.
reputation is damaged regardless, man. Once it comes out, and yeah, we talk about AI all
Wow.
the time, man. It's just another
Yeah.
example how it could, you know, screw
So
shit up.
let me see. It goes here. Google AI made false accusations against Mike Patton of being a pedophile. A fan, Faith No More fan wrote, "This is taking sources from a document completely unrelated to vocalist Mike Patton. Allegations come up in autofill for his name, so I wonder how many people have seen this and now believe he's a sexual offender."
Yep. Yep.
The revelation has sparked outrage among the band's fan base. Supporters expressed concern about the potential damage to Patton's reputation. Well, that's horrendous, one says. He should sue them, another one said. Yeah, boy, this can't stand. This can't stand. He's got to be able to sue him. Yeah,
That'd be a landmark case, man. I mean, going against AI. I mean, it's going to have to happen eventually. I mean, this is not
yeah.
going to be the only time. I mean, it's going to screw up something bigger. There's going to be some government conspiracy where something's AI. You know, it's coming. So
Got a
I don't know. See,
psyops, man. It's all
yeah,
psyops at this
it
point.
seems like something needs to be, you know, taken to court now and
You
you know set some
just gotta
precedent. Yeah,
recognize, yeah, it's all
yeah.
psyops, man. Everything's a psyop at this point. It's horrifying. But anyway, yeah, good luck with that,
Yeah, you
man.
used to believe
Sue
that
the
you can't
shit
believe
out of them.
anything you hear. Now you can't believe anything you see, even, man. Because you know,
I would sue them. I'd go a nice even number like 10 million or something. I'd go with 10 million. Yeah, yeah, 10 million.
oh
I
no,
don't.
dude, this is Google, man. You kidding me?
Okay, a hundred
Putting up,
million.
yeah,
Doc,
exactly.
good
Put another
call,
zero
man.
behind that, man.
Yeah, go for the gusto, brother. You're
Oh
right.
yeah.
Yeah, cause that's a big boo boo right there, man. So yeah, go for the gusto, baby. Speaking of gusto, I don't know how the hell this come up. Look at this Blur and Oasis. This, yeah, this is very interesting. This is really cool. The story of Britpop, the Battle of Britpop, and how it,
You know all the history behind this, or
oh, you lay it on me, man. You're the one who sounds like you got it
yeah. Well,
nailed.
back oh god, midnight '95. You know, that was the big time. You know, Blur and Oasis were the Beatles and the Stones, man, over in England. I mean, they were the
Wow.
two, and they both put out singles on the same day. So it was a big freaking cultural event over there, man. It took over the media. You know how things do over here. Well, this is what it did over there. And it was just huge. It was everywhere. And it was a big battle. Who's going to win? Blur or Oasis? Which single's going to sell more? What side are you on? It was the whole, you know, the whole deal. So it came out, was it back in August '95. And Blur had the song Country House, and Oasis had a single Roll with it. And Blur won 274,000, 216,000. So that was the battle they called it.
Okay.
And now they're putting a play. Just you know, we've talked about other rock plays and stuff, so they're putting a play out over
Don't we do
that
one of
time
their
period.
songs? Don't we do
Yeah,
a Blur?
you do
We do.
Blur song
Oh
song number two.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that Blur.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So hey, wow. So freaking A, man. Britpop, baby. Now, you know, we could do without the Brit pop. You know, they gave us plenty of good stuff over there. You know, Stones, '60s Beatles, and all that. And just another phase though. But Brit pop, jeez, yeah, good for them.
Apparently, the playwright's quite an accomplished playwright. I mean, these are people that have done very good things, and they're putting this together. So
Wow, dig them, man. You know,
I'm
let it
sure it'll
let.
be popular across the pond.
Oh
I can't
boy.
see it coming over here, but
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh boy, I see that Glenn Hughes, the legendary bass player for Deep
the
Purple
voice
and
of rock and roll, man.
oh
Yeah,
God, an extraordinary voice. He's canceled out his whole 2026 tour.
yeah.
Boy, he's one of those other consummate workers, just constantly going. You know. Uh,
He's got like three different projects going. It seems like, man. He's always one of
oh
those
yeah.
guys that's just always out there, and he's got to be up there, man. He's got to be
Oh yeah.
mid 70s, right? Yeah.
Absolutely, sure, yeah. And he still got that super high voice, but yeah, this was a surprise announcement. He canceled his whole tour for a health reason he's got to deal with. So, you know, it is what it is, Doug.
Good dude too, man. Wherever I see him in interviews, man, it seems like a really down to earth, really
Speaking of
cool dude,
interviews, real
man.
quickly, you know, we've been trashing Vinnie Vincent the last couple of months. I'm just talking about him a bit, and I happened to come across an interview he did with Eddie Trunk, and he was the most soft-spoken, seemed super intelligent, nice, generous guy. It's
Really,
like I figured he'd sound like Ace, you know.
right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, just a quiet, soft-spoken
I don't believe
guy.
I've seen him in an interview. Yeah, I have
Wow,
to check that
you'd be
out.
amazed, man. Well, yeah, look him up with Eddie Trunk. You know, it's like, wait a while, I don't put these two together. This soft-spoken, gentle guy,
Well,
and
after
this
the rant
crazy
last
ass
week, yeah,
shit.
right, exactly, yeah. The rant he went
Wow.
off last week, almost
Yeah.
last year. Yeah.
Oh gosh almighty. But anyway, yeah, so there you go, man. Let's get up the Aurora. Aurora, there's the Aurora Borealis, yeah. Yep, we only got a little while of winter left, man. I'm done with winter already. My mind's in spring, brother. You know, spring, yeah, because I've already had it with winter. We're actually doing pretty good here right now. We got no snow on the ground. All the snow that we
Yeah.
had is melted because of the nice warm weather. And I'm
Just warm enough. I mean,
yeah,
it's not a heat
it's
wave, but
not
yeah,
yeah,
it's like upper
just
30s. Yeah, it's
you know,
just up warm enough.
I'm a big fan of global warming when it comes to wintertime. So I'm all hip to that stuff. So yeah, all sorts of new different. I see. I think Five Finger Death Puncher. One of them is coming to Tinley. I saw they just announced that right before we came on the show. So Tinley's filling up their schedule. See how that goes. But in any case, yeah. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Another cool list of items we jumped into, and you never I can never wait to see what the hell these crazy people are gonna do next. You know, these musicians, because there's always something wacky that we can talk about, and we'll do that again next week. So why don't you take us home there, Doc?
Yeah, that is kind of the nature of the show we do, man. We at this point we have zero idea what we're talking about next week, man.
Well, we
So,
got no
you know,
edits.
no,
Unlike a lot of them shows, we're good enough. We don't need edits. We just go from one end to the other, and
yeah. What's the
boom.
point? And there's always, dude. And I'm sure these people, what they do is probably make the video, and then afterwards they think, oh, I should have said this. And dude, I think of that every week after the show. I'm like, oh man, I should have said this. I should have. But
It
it
is
is
what it
what it
is,
is,
man.
man. You roll
Yeah,
with it, man. So,
yeah.
yeah, like I said, at this moment, we have no idea what we'll talk about next week, but we'll take the stories as they come and we'll talk about them. And hope you join us to hear about it. So, until then, have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody.